Let's go Oilers, let's go Oilers. Oilers win. Game 4 in overtime. There's a lot to get through in this video, but before I do all that, here is a picture slideshow of the watch party inside Rogers' place last night. Enjoy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick little slideshow. I know I'm late with the video. It is already 6:48 on April 24th. A day late and a dollar short, as they say. But like I said, I got a lot to get through, and I finally got my voice back from screaming last night. Like I said, it was an Oilers win. Didn't look that way to start. I'll be 1,000 with you guys. Reading the live stream chat. Thank you, BW, for doing that live stream for me because I could not show up. I'll try not to have any more days off. I'll be honest with you guys. That first period was abysmal, garbage. Probably the worst period. I'll say that again. The worst period. Not probably. It was the worst period that the Oilers have played. And I'm going to say 2.5 months, give or take a game or two. It was bad. That first period was atrocious. So we started out with Skinner and net. Obviously, the Kings are up 2-1 in the series. Oilers needed this win to have any hope in winning the series. My full-hearted belief was if the Oilers lost this game, for whatever reason, the Kings could easily lose in Edmonton Game 5 and win Game 6 in LA. But we don't have to worry about that because now the Oilers are winning this series in 6. And I'll give you reasons to why I full-heartedly believe the Oilers are winning this series in 6. We start out with a Kings goal. There you go, Kings fans. Yes, you're going to see Kings goals. This logo up 3 times. Enjoy it. It hurts my heart. Villiardi makes it 1-0 at 9:25 of the first period. Defense needed to be stronger in front. I'm looking at you, Desharnais. I'm looking at you, Nurse. Not strong enough, not good enough. It is what it is. It's 1-0 LA. All right, we go on. Oilers finally figuring their shit out. No, they didn't. They didn't figure nothing out. They were having trouble tonight. Tonight was, first period, was LA domination. As much as the Oilers have dominated 5-on-5 play for most of the series, and I'm saying most of the series, it has been Oilers dominance 5v5. First period wasn't that. And just like that, 16:48. Arvidsson. 2-0. Two nil Kings. Just like that. It was ugly. It was ugly. And I can tell you, sitting inside that arena, the first goal, it was at ever. We were still chanting. We were still going, let's go Oilers. Go Oilers, go. Every time Doughty touched the puck, it was boo central. Dude, that guy's hated in Edmonton for a lot of reasons. Not just for this year, but for many years in the past. Good thing he's done soon. Won't have to worry about that dick. And he's a dick in a good way. It's a term of endearment, honestly. If I say you're a dick, you're a dick. To me, he's a dick. And it's not always in a good way, but right now he's doing his job. He is literally shutting down the Oilers' top line. He's a dick for doing it. Friggin' dickhead. But that goal again, Desharnais looked lost out there. But I will give Arvidsson, oh man, like that was McDavid-esque. That spin-a-rama at the blue line to stay onside, that was nice. Like, that was pretty. I give credit where credit is due. I give good plays where good plays are awarded. That was a beautiful play by Arvidsson. Hell of a pass up to him, though. Like, wow. In stride, spin-a-rama. Cannot argue with that. As they say in the wrestling business, you can't teach that. So Desharnais again gets beat. So that's 2 goals on Desharnais. Not looking good for the young kid. Rookie, remember, he's a little bit young. He's a rookie. Gotta give him some slack, folks. Some slackages. Oilers take a stupid penalty. Can't do it. Just, guys, you've got 2 of the worst referees in the NHL reffing this game that do not like the Oilers. Don't give them any ammunition against you. You had to be perfect. You had to be. Like, there was no excuses. This game was game on the line, season on the line, series on the line. You had to toe the line. No dumbness, no stupidness. Dumbness, stupidness ensured. And guess who scores on the power play? You guessed it, LA. Kopitar with the power play goal. Makes it 3-0. Oh, I can tell you I was in that arena, and that arena you could hear a pin drop after the first period. It was bad. There was negative thoughts in that period. There was negative thoughts in my live chat on YouTube. I had to come in there and kind of talk some people off of some ledges. I'm going to be 100, man. I'm a very optimistic guy. I had a feeling. And I said it several times in the chat. Guys, chill. It's one period. It's a bad period. It's probably it's the worst period the Oilers have played in forever. But it's one period. Let's chill. Let's calm down. Let's relax, marinate in the moment that, hey, LA just may have our number. It is what it is. LA is showing that, hey, they can play 5-on-5. They were better 5-on-5 this period. 7, what were the final shots? 11-9 after the first period. 1 power play in the first period went to LA because Oilers didn't have the puck for the majority of it. You cannot get power plays if you don't control the puck. It just, simple math. Simple math, stupid. You need the puck to be able to draw penalties, and the Oilers didn't have the puck for the majority, if not the entirety of that first period. So I had a few chats with a few peoples, and people asked my thoughts, and I said, Oilers winning this game. This is the first period, and there is records. Go back and check the live stream. I said, Oilers are winning this game. And when they win this game, they will win this series. LA needed this game. They brought back Fiala a little too soon. Guy hasn't really practiced. He hasn't really skated, full contact. Little pushing it. Desperate. That to me was a sign of a desperate team that knew if they didn't win this game, it was over for them. Dunzos. Well, when they went up 3-0, I'm like, oh, well, that's perfect, right? There you go, LA. You won this one. I'm not even going to talk. Like, no hand of anybody else. No hand of God. No hand of refs. You went and executed game plan, first period to a T. I mean, LA, you dominated that first period in a dominating fashion. You played LA style to a T. You played Todd McClellan trap style to a T. And I can't fault you for it. I honestly can't. Trap style works. Worked for the Devils in the 90s. Worked for Pittsburgh's in the 2000s. Worked for Chicago. Worked for Boston. The trap style works. Well. The trap style was working. And the Oilers couldn't get anything going, and they were getting frustrated. That was until a power play goal. And it was a power play goal scored by none other than my friend and yours, Bouch. Bouchard on the power play, assisted by Draisaitl and McDavid. Now I'm going to be 100% with this. It was not a good power play to start. It was lacking. How do I say this so I don't piss off an entire Oiler fan base? It was lacking urgency. It was lacking kill. It was lacking that power punch that was all throughout the season. Best power play in the league history. It was lacking. That first power play was meh. It almost felt like the Oilers knew they were done. And they're just going through the motions of playing in LA one final time to come home for Game 5 to play in front of your fans final time. It wasn't looking good. I'm 100. I will always keep my opinions 100. Good, bad, or indifferent. You guys can tell me I'm a home bias. I hate refs. I do. I have no respect for NHL refs because I know how hard of a job it is, and I know they try, but they fail more often than they don't. And it's not just this series. It's look at the Dallas Minnesota series, and you'll see why. But I don't respect officials that game manage and make the game about themselves. But enough of that. So yes, if you ask me, will I ever change my opinion on referees? No. And they did screw over the Kings a few times in this game. Yes, Kings fans, you got screwed. And we'll get more into that later on in the video because, yeah, you guys got the hose. You guys got the short end of that straw in this game. And it was about bloody time you guys felt like the short end. You guys got to feel what it was like to be the redheaded stepchild that didn't get nothing handed to you. If you know what I mean. So, Oilers scoring a power play. Bouchard, good shot. Took the puck around. But then we had to have Campbell. Also, there was a goalie change between intermissions. I forgot to mention that. Skinner out, Campbell in. Will it work? Should it have worked? Probably not. But hey, who's been preaching about Campbell all season? This guy. Who's been saying Campbell's going to be a good goalie when it comes down to it? This guy. That's right, I've been pumping Campbell's tires since the beginning. I haven't stopped. I have all the faith in the world that this guy is a top goalie. This guy is a top 10 league goalie. Numbers don't lie. His play style does not lie. If you put a defensive team in front of him, whoo-wee, the numbers this guy could put up. But he came in and made 2 stellar stops on 2 stellar occasions. First one was 12:24 in the second period. Kings were buzzing. Kings got that mojo back. They're like, hey, they got one. It was on the power play. What the frick do we care? We're still up 2. We're still dominating you guys as far as possession-wise. Not shot-wise, because boy, oh boy, howdy. That second period was all Oilers shot-wise. But LA had an answer. Korpisalo. Damn, that goal is pretty good when he needs to be. And I'll get into that with the bad goals that he let in later on in the game. That gives me pause for the Oilers found the code. They found the code. They cracked the code. I think, to me, the series is done. But Campbell comes in, makes a great save. Oilers mismanaged the puck a little bit. Oilers running around the defensive end. Kings are taking advantage. Roy stepping up. More on Roy in a little bit. Man, that guy can move for a defenseman. But Campbell settles the storm. You start to see, okay, he's a battling. Campbell's a battler. He's battling out there. He's not letting the moment get to him because he could have easily folded. Campbell could have easily let that goal in. It would have been 4-1. You're done. Dinner. Ring, ding, ding, dong. Dinner's done, man. Your Oilers heading home down by 0-2. 3-1 series lead versus LA. You ain't coming back from that, no matter who you are. But he stood tall. And then there was another defensive breakdown at, I'm going to say 14:48. Another little letdown there by the Oil. Big momentum saves there. Big momentum saves. You make those saves, that gives your team some life. You start seeing the Oilers playing a little better. Like, hey, our goalie's got us. Sure, he's let in some shite ones in the past, but this is different. Our goalie's got us. Guys, we can play with momentum. We can play with aggression. We can forecheck. We can push. And we have faith that the goalie will save the puck. So, Oilers push the pace. And wouldn't you know it, like, you just had to know it was coming. Draisaitl. Assists go to McDavid and Hyman. Now, this is where I'm going to be with you Kings fans. And Doughty bitched about it on camera. We saw it clear as day in the arena. He looked at the ref and said, what the heck? He didn't use those words, but you know what I mean. He felt like he got tripped by McDavid. Hey, pal, join the club. We feel like you get away with a lot. Did McDavid get away with a trip? I want to know your thoughts. Obviously, Kings fans are in here. You're going to make your thoughts known. And I appreciate your comments on every video. I really do. Doughty screamed at the ref. He thought he was tripped on the play. You fell over, dude. You were falling over trying to make the play. Kudos to you for trying to get that call in game 2, in game 1, and game 3. You got those calls, but this is game 4. This is game 4 with so much on the line. You cannot let the refs be the reason. Don't let the refs be the reason. And the refs weren't the reason. McDavid out front to Draisaitl. Wing! Goal! Like I said, make it 3-2 LA. What a play, though. What a play. We move on. We're late in the third period. Now, this is where it gets... This is where I understand a little bit of beef from the Kings. Fiala, welcome back to the series, kids. You've got yourself a couple of primary assists. You're doing your thing as the Kings' leading goal scorer, leading with points. I don't think you're ready to be playing in the series. Just my opinion and my thoughts. They are mine and mine alone. But whether you think that's a trip or not, the arm went up. It got called, and wouldn't you know it, who does it again? Who does it again to the faithful in LA? Draisaitl on the power play. With 32 seconds, 10 seconds left in the second period, Oilers tie the game 3-3. Now you can complain and you can come at me and say, oh, look at the Oilers getting lucky. Look at the Oilers not getting any power penalties. Look at the Oilers flopping. As you Kings fans say to me, quit bitching about the referees. They're human. They make mistakes. Unfortunately for the Kings tonight, they made a lot more the other way, which is a change. But they're finally calling a fair game. They finally called an even game. They finally went both ways. Turning the tides, if you ask me. And I called it. I did say to a lot of people on Facebook, Twitter, maybe even said it in this channel, that Game 3 is the turning point for the officials in this series. That missed high stick is going to loom huge moving forward for the rest of the series. They're going to call a tighter game. They're going to call a more even series because they don't want to be made to look like goons anymore and look like idiots anymore. And that's what happened in Game 3. They looked like amateurs. So we move on to the third period. 3-3. And I get it. It's 3-3. The Oilers Could have just went out in the third period and been gangbusters. But again, LA being the veteran team, the cup pedigree team, a well-coached Todd McClellan team, didn't happen. He did not let the team fold like a cheap suit. Just like the Oilers didn't fold their tents and go home and cry to mommies. Neither did the Kings. Third period gets underway. Draisaitl loses a battle at center ice. Plain as day, he lost the puck battle. He lost the mano-a-mano battle. He got pushed off. I've never seen Draisaitl get pushed off like that healthy. But it doesn't matter, right? LA scores, make the score 4-3 LA. Roy with a beautiful goal. He went 5-hole. 5-hole. Good dangle for a defenseman. Roy was feeling it all game. And again, Nurse wasn't paying attention to gaps. That goal was scored largely to Nurse not paying attention to gap awareness and defensive looking around and seeing who's got who, and Draisaitl being outworked for the loose puck in center ice. Draisaitl got outworked at center ice. Nurse did not recognize the outwork, did not recognize Draisaitl, got bowled over. People are saying he fell on his own 2 feet. No, Draisaitl got pushed. Draisaitl went in to get the puck and got clowned. And I love Draisaitl to death. Draisaitl's my favorite player on the Oilers. But in that instance, that forward for LA tossed him like a rag doll. He's like, get out of here. What are you, 2? Get off me. Shoe fly. It happens. He'll be better next time. He'll learn from that. He'll know what number that was, and that won't happen again. So we have it. Kings are up 1. It's getting to be late. Also, in my chat in the live stream that BW did, I came in after the second period and I said, Oiler fans, let's chill out. The game is tied. Lots of game left. LA will have a push. LA will have an answer. Because after that second period, Edmonton took 20 shots. They outshot LA 20-8 in the second period. They went 2 for 2 on the power play. LA didn't get a power play in the second period. So standing right now, LA's 1 for 1 and Edmonton's 2 for 2 after 2 on the power play situation. Shots are about even. Time on ice is about even. Neutral zone's about everything's even Stevens going in right now into the third period. And like I said, LA did score early. We're getting down to about 4 minutes. We're getting down to about 5 minutes. And I'm seeing fans booing, dejected, not sure what's going on. I thought this was the Oilers' year. I was getting messages, this team sucks, Oilers can't hang, Yamamoto's trash, this guy's trash, Nurse needs to be gone, this, that, the other. I'm like, guys, relax. There's still 5 minutes left. Let's wait till the game's over before we start the pity me, poor me parade. The Oilers lost and they're going to lose the series. Bullshenanigans talk. When you've got a guy with the number 97 and a guy with the number 29, it ain't over till that fat lady singing in the middle of the cows come home, man. I didn't hear no fat lady and I didn't see no cows coming home to pasture. So, we move on. Oilers get a pin. Hyman, my friend. You cannot take frustration penalties. Oilers cannot take frustration penalties late in games, late in periods, early in periods. Just cannot take frustration penalties. That slash was not needed, not warranted. Whether you hit him and he dove like he got shot because he's trying to win an Oscar, it does not matter. You cannot slash because you hit him. He didn't go down. You felt like you got reversed hit. You didn't like it. Boo-hoo. Be stronger. That slash shouldn't. That was not necessary. You put your team at a disadvantage. Thank Jesus this team has learned how to PK. This team has learned how to penalty kill. Because, good God, imagine if LA scored that to go up 5-3. The Staples Center would have erupted. The streets in LA, well, nothing would have changed because unless you were at the game, you didn't know there was a game in LA at the time. Trust me, I know Kings fans. I have friends that are in LA that aren't hockey fans that didn't even know the Kings were playing. They thought the Lakers were playing. Yeah, true facts. So, unless you're a diehard Kings fan, you wouldn't have been cheering that your team was up 3-1. Thankfully, though, Kings threw it around a lot. Oilers kept it to the outside. Nothing dangerous really happened. Thankfully. Ekholm gets the puck. Ekholm to McDavid. McDavid to Kane. Kane comes up the wing. Skates to the middle of the ice. Snipe! And boy, howdy do I say snipe. I mean snipe. It was a ting of beauty. Just a ting of beauty. And everybody's elated. Kaner scores. It's a 4-4 hockey game. Like I said, the assists go out to McDavid and Ekholm. So that's a 1 point for McDavid. 2 points for McDavid. 3 points for McDavid. A 3-point night for Gata McDavid. Oh, yes, LA. Yes, LA, you've held him off the score sheet. You've done a fabulous job holding him off the score sheet. You did. You really have done a great job holding off the score sheet. That's unfortunately not good enough this night. So we move on. The shots at the end of after the third period, 7 for the Oilers, 17 for LA. That was a dominating period by LA. LA went 0 for 1 on the power play. The Oilers did not get a power play. The power plays are even Stevens as far as opportunities are concerned. Both teams have had 2. Oilers went 2 for 2 on theirs. Kings went 1 for 2 on theirs. Overtime. And, oh boy. I did not know this stat, and I really should have. The Oilers are 2 for 10 since 2017 in overtime. The McDavid-Draisaitl era, the Oilers are 2 for 10 in overtime. That hurts. That hurts hearing that, knowing that they're going up against a team in the last 2 overtimes that have had power plays and have taken advantage of said power plays. So as an Oilers fan, especially in that building, like, again, the nerves inside of Rogers Place was palpable. Like, people weren't talking, people weren't cheering. Hunter, as you saw in the pictures, he was doing his best. And actually, what was crazy about one of those pictures, Hunter came out from underneath where the Oilers come out, and as soon as he hit the ice, the Oilers scored a goal. And I think it was the 4-4 tying goal. I believe that it was the Kane goal. He came out on the ice, and before he could bang his drum to say, "Let's go Oilers," Kane pots it, and the roof erupts. I mean, thunder-dome-ish. It was huge. We all cheered. Hunter just laid on the ice like, that's it. My life goal has come out when they score a goal. Perfectly timed. Almost like it was scripted for him to come out right then and just lay there. It was great. Anyways, Oilers got a power play in overtime. It is what it is, folks. Can't do it. Just can't do it. Oilers get a power play in overtime. They don't score on it. They get momentum. Keep it around the perimeter. Korpisalo makes a couple of saves. And also that Kane goal, I know I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. My mind is still mush. That Kane goal, Korpisalo usually made those early on in the series. Ooh, damn, Devils just scored. But Korpisalo has made those saves. That was the first weak goal that he has given up in this series. The second weak goal he gave up in this series, I think the Oilers have found a reason to beat him now. Hyman, Zachary Hyman, GWG overtime winner. Assisted by Bouchard, and I mean that was a bounce pass and a half from behind his own net. Thor thought about it. He's like, I can go up right. Ooh, there's Hyman up left. Boom, off the boards, on the Hyman stick, down the wing. He shoots, he scores. It was a weak goal by Korpisalo. By his standards, it was weak. By how he's been playing in these playoffs, that was soft. S-A-W-F-T, soft. Players of the game are Draisaitl, Campbell for coming in and being amazing, and the team resiliency. As a whole, the team showed resiliency. They could have folded after the first period like a cheap suit and went home with their tails tucked between their legs, asking where the mamas keep the milk. They didn't. The Oilers held off. The Oilers battled back, inch by inch, goal by goal, whistle by whistle. They battled back. They showed something that Oilers teams in the past did not show. Oilers team in the past decade have shown when it comes to fight or flight, the better option is to fly away. This team didn't do it. This team last night, when it came to push or shove, backs against the wall, it's fight or flight. What are you going to do? They fought. They looked at each other on the bench and in that locker room and said, we are winning this game. They play for each other. They've been preaching it all year that this is a different team. They've been saying it since game one of the season. This team is built different. They've been saying it since January. This team is built different. They added pieces at the trade deadline. They said at the trade deadline, this team is built differently. They've proved it. Proved it. Proved it. Proved it. They proved it yet again last night. This team is built different. Anybody who wants to argue that this is the same old Oilers of seasons past, this is last year's Oilers, proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the tape. This is not last year's Oilers. These guys are built different. The Kings are going to be scared now. Not scared of McDavid, not scared of bad call referees. They're going to be scared of the building itself at Rogers Place. The place is going to be rocking. Series is tied 2-2. They're going to be facing a different Oilers team. They are going to be playing an Oilers team that is out for blood. Blood is in the water, just like LA had blood in the water for this game. Blood is in the water for the Oilers now. Momentum Oilers. They just got to come out and show it. They come out and show that this team is built different. It's just going to be a different situation, a different scenario. Game 5. One of two things could happen. Game 5. The Oilers can come out like gangbusters and dominate period 1, dominate period 2, and lose it in period 3. Or the Oilers could just come out and play the Oilers style game and win a game. Just straight out dominate start to finish, win the game. We're going back to LA up 1. Where anything can happen in LA, we know anything has and can happen in LA. LA could tie the series up in game 6. In that case, we come back to game 7, playing with the same ruckus crowd, and win it in 7. But gotta win game 5 first. When all was said and done, the shots are 42-39 for the Oilers. The power plays were 2 for 3 for the Oilers, 1 for 2 for the Kings. For the first time in this series, the Oilers got more power plays than the Kings did. And I have read, unfortunately because this video is so late, I don't usually read the post-game comments and all that shenanigans, but I did today. And Kings fans, it is what it is, guys. We've been telling you the Oilers have been getting ding-donged. Now you're on that side of the stick of being ding-donged by refs. And I loved that picture of McDavid, by the way, being a ref. I got one coming for you guys next game. Hey, Dowdy, you look good in a ref's jersey. That's all I'm going to say. So, hey, guys, thank you guys for watching. I know this is a bit of a longer post-game reaction video. This is a post-game reaction, by the way. Game 4, Oilers-Kings series tied at 2 from the Hyman overtime winner. Campbell came in. I don't know. Who do you start? What are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts, Kings fans? Are you still at that level of confidence that this Oilers team is beatable? This Oilers team is not good? Or are you starting to feel some reputation, some timidness, knowing that you had a 3-0 lead and blew it? You had what you would call a fragile Oilers team on the ropes, up 3-0 in your barn. You always kind of shoved it down your throats. Or are you feeling like you should feel? We're tied at 2 after 4. We got a split in both barns. Now it's a best of 3. First person to win 2 games wins the series. Also, fans of the Oilers, who do you think the Oilers should start next game? Do we start Skinner or do we go with Campbell? My thoughts and opinion is we go with Skinner. We go back to Skinner. We let him get over that 1-game blunder. Put Skinner back in there. And hey, we now know if he falters, we got a superhero named Campbell back there that will make saves for us. We now know that he's reliable. And we now know that he can come in if needed and be that shutdown goalie that's making 5.5. Let me know your thoughts. Like always, my name is Matt. For Oilers After Dark, please leave a comment. Please leave a like. And if you really like what you see and what you hear, and even if you don't, you just think I'm a whack job and think I'm an idiot. Hey, up in there, I know I'm an idiot. Leave a subscribe button. Push that little bell notification. Lets you know every time we go live and we do post-game reactions. We got ourselves a series tied at 2. We all knew this was going to be a long one, right? Could be a 7-gamer. Anyways, guys, sorry for taking up so much of your time. For now, keep everything relevant. Keep it nice, people. Kings Oilers Game 5, Tuesday, 7:30 Mountain. I'll be live streaming for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Bye for now. Thank you guys for watching Oilers After Dark. This has been real Oilers talk for the Oilers fans.